Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we're going to be doing Sabito from Demon Slayer. Sabito or Sabito? Probably Sabito, given how Japanese is pronounced most of the time. So he's the guy with the mask, you know, from the training sort of segment at the start of the anime. You know, when Tanjiro has to like split the rock and stuff. So it's a 3/4 pose. So use a pencil. I'm on a landscape page. Use a pencil, hit pause if I go too fast, right? We're going to start with his eyes, and we're going to start with the eye on the right hand side, the small eye, so it's the eye that's turned away from us, right? So center point of my page is about here, right? And that's probably where his nose is. So we're just going to go up a little bit from that, and we're going to do a diagonal line just like so. So this is like a line that joins his nose to his eyebrow. Okay, diagonal line like that, and his eyelid will come out from this, so it'll go curving up and around like that. Okay, and this will come down the back like this, and then curve underneath. So this is the small eye in a 3/4 pose. Okay. And of course, this is the top eyelid, so you don't want to like thicken this one up a little bit. And Sabito has like pointy eyelashes, so kind of gets pointy up here and comes back down. Kind of like that. And then his iris in here, just like so. That, and he doesn't have a pupil, so that makes it easier for us. He does have an eyebrow on this side. He's two eyebrows, so tick line going up like so, right up like so, and then the other side of the eyebrow just goes up here and then real thin back that way. Eyelid line just coming across the top like so. So, like I said, this line goes down towards his nose, right? So his nose is just here. Okay, so in Demon Slayer, the noses are fairly simple. You do a curved line out like that, and then bring it down underneath, like so. They're not joined. And then a nostril, just here. Okay, slightly pointy sort of nose just there. So then we'll go diagonal down again, and we'll just get his mouth in while we're here. So it's kind of a, yeah, he's a serious looking character, so it goes up and back down that way. And I might have a little dot or something just there, like so. And then Demon Slayer, they have a line for their bottom lip. It's like a little triangle just here, like a shadow just underneath. So they're all in line diagonally that way. See that? All those features of his face. Okay? And then his chin is just down here. Okay? So they're all in line, and like your distances are about the same as well. So like standard human proportion from the eye to the bottom of the nose is about the same as the bottom of the nose to the bottom of his chin. See that? So eye, top eyelid, say, to nose is the same as nose, bottom of the nose to chin. So here to here is the same distance as here to here. Okay, and the bottom lip is usually halfway between the nose and the chin. So here to here is about the same as here to here. Okay. So his other eye, right, we're across a good distance, so it's like you could fit this eye in between. Okay, so this small eye will go right in between these two, and then his next eye curves up like so. Big long curve. Okay, and then it comes down the other side. And underneath into there. Right, so we'll thicken this up, right? And he has that spike that comes off the back as well. So like this spike goes up back that way. And then thicken up that top eyelid. Down here, and in Demon Slayer sometimes we have an extra sort of eyelid line just sticking off the eyelash when you can see the whole eye, of course, and we can see this whole one. So and then his other iris just here, big circle, but the top and the bottom are cut off by the eyelids, so we can only see the edges. So you just got to do brackets, kind of like this. And of course, he doesn't have a pupil inside, he's just purple shaded eyes. So you don't have to draw in anything, you just colour them the colour that they are. And then iris, or not, eyelid sort of line just here. Sorry, I got confused there. What am I drawing? And then another tick for his eyebrow, going back up this way. And then just a section that we can colour in, just in here. So that's your features for a 3/4 pose. So you'll notice this eye is like much bigger than this one. It's like double the size. So like this size of this eye, the width of it will fit in between, and then you go 1, 2 again, all the way to the edge, that spike. So this is like nearly double that. So then his jaw will come up underneath this side, like that way. And then it'll go underneath his ear. And then we might as well do his ear here. So like curves around, goes up and down into there. And we got some hair spikes, his like sideburn, just there. Comes down across his face. Starts to go across that way. Maybe some extra sort of lines in there. And then the other side of his face, so it's his cheek. It's not really a jaw, so we got to go out like so, around his cheek, and this will go right up, touch his eye there, and then his brow area will go up underneath his hat. Okay, and then we have like bones and ligaments inside his ear. Easiest way is always just the letter J, like that. You can leave it like that if you wanted, or add a bit more if you're up for the challenge. Okay, so he has a scar on his face as well, so we gotta get that in, obviously. So it's like spikes coming across, big scar, slice them right across, all the way nearly to his mouth, just here. Like so, and some dots and scar lines and stuff just inside there. So he's got his mask on his head, right? So it's sitting sort of on, yeah, his head. So what do we do first? He's got a rope, so a rope going across his forehead, right? So we'll do that first. Back of his head is like out here, right? So his hair, like there, right? So comes down behind his shoulder, but the rope then is just here, okay? And it runs across top of his head here, right? So you just kind of do these bumping lines. Each one of these is a coil of the rope, like that, and then his mask runs down across his face pretty straight here. So it's like this. That's the ears, and then this runs away this way. Okay. And as Demon Slayer, sometimes the lines can be thicker along the edges of things. And then the other side of that rope, 1, 2, 3, these bumps. Kind of like this, and then you join them across, like so. That kind of thing. And then some more of his hair comes down behind his ear. Spiky, small spikes, like this. And then more comes down the back. And sometimes in Demon Slayer again, we got some thicker lines along the edges. Sometimes. Well, in the anime, it's pretty standard. Like so, and then maybe like a couple more texture lines on his hair. Just there. And then there's like a tassel or something coming down from his ear, so it like comes down like so, and it like bumps across just here and goes back up. Behind his ear, zigzags kind of back in and underneath. And it may have some like lines going up this way, and then joins back in under there. So then top of his head or hair is up here, down like so. So if you're wondering how high up his head is, I'd say rope to top of the head is about the same as rope to bottom of the eyes there. See that? Here to here is about the same as here to here. So that's how high up you want to go with that. And then bring it across, down, stick it out, more spikes, down like so. And of course you can thicken up some of these edge lines, which is common in Demon Slayer. You don't have to do this. Of course, optional. And then he has some hairlines, texture lines, just showing the growth pattern of the hair. Kind of like that. Okay, so the other side of his mask, ear comes down this way, and then the front of the face of it bumps out like so, and then we have a nose, and then the bottom of it here. So we could complete that, but he's got fingers, so we'll leave a gap just here. I'm going to leave a gap. You could finish that if you wanted and then erase it afterwards, but I'm just going to leave a gap just for simplicity's sake. And then inside of the ear there, the other ear on the other side, and the mouth for that is just here, like a downturned sort of mouth. It's kind of thicker on the end, like so. And then there's a little triangular sort of nose, just there. And then the eye, big cat eye. Top eyelid, bottom eyelid, and then oval just in there. And again, like his face, his mask has a scar. So obviously intentional anyway. And just thicken up some of these lines as well, just to make him look more Demon Slayer-y. Okay, so that's scar, so it's like a spike there, and then spikes go across like this. Some flat bits and some spiking bits coming down, and then like so. Okay, so he's got a hand holding here and his arm coming down, but we'll finish the rest of his body and then we'll bring the arm up to there, right? So his neck comes down like so. Bit of a black shadow underneath. His kimono will come down this way, like so, and then we could have a neckline just there. Bit of a dark shadow in here as well. And then another part of his kimono just goes like so. And they crisscross, so the other side, so we have, the other side will come this way. And it'll run down right off the bottom of my page there. And then the top collar just here. And then his shoulder on this side comes out and down like that. And you can thicken this up a little bit if you want. Like so. And then we have another line running down this way. And a full line for his arm there. And one running across his shoulder down there. It's like the seam of the kimono, and then this goes back that way. More hair actually sticking out here. There. And then so that's that, and oh yeah, there's like another kimono line just here, like so, and this could be, it's an edge line, so thicken it up. So what I mean by edge line, it's like it's the edge of the object that normally gets a thicker line in Demon Slayer. So like the edge of the hair, it's rarely that the inside, like, you know, hairlines on the inside here, they don't get thickened up really. Right, so more kimono going this way. And then like another line going that way. As well. There's like all patterns in there, but I'm not going to waste your time with that. You could do it if you want. There's like lots of crisscross patterns, green and yellow, but I'll just leave it, and if you want to add it, you can. I might add it afterwards, but we'll see. So his arm is like here, going up to his mask all the way up here, right? So we've got his shoulder like so, and then this sleeve comes down this way. And we can just see the handle of his sword a little bit, tiny bit, barely. And then a couple more fold lines in here. Maybe another line on the side of his kimono. Another fold line here. Okay, so his arm, right? So his arm goes into his sleeve. So this is his forearm, right? So starts just at his chin level, and then we'll go down, and it curves out and around, and it goes in to his elbow and into the sleeve just here. So we've like an open sleeve just here, and it comes up this way like so, and around, and so then the other side of his wrist and his forearm just here. And of course Demon Slayer, so thicken up the edge if you want. And then the opposite side of the sleeve comes out and down that way. You can thicken up some of these lines. Kind of like that. So then his hand just up to his mask. So we've got knuckles, right? So we'll start at the top up here. So knuckles sticking out, down. Take your time with hands, they're tricky. 4 knuckles, out, down. So that's 2. Third one, out, down. 3. Last one, out, down. And this one will actually go all the way back into here. Okay. So each one of those is a finger. So comes out like so. Comes around the top. Goes back into the back of his finger. Into there. Next one again. Finger comes out. Down like so. We'll put a bit of a dark shadow in here actually. Curves around the top, and that'll touch the next one. So we go out, down around his knuckle, top of the finger curves in, and then the little finger comes out, down, curves around. The little finger is like curved up, and we can see those curves, so we go in around the side just there, and then we can see some like folds of skin just at the side of his little finger just there, and some fingernail suggestion sort of lines, so you don't have to draw the whole fingernail, but like just sort of suggest them. And maybe like a line for the side of that finger just there, and the side of this one here as well, and maybe a fingernail just up here. And so the other side of his hand comes out this way. down, around it into his wrist, and then a bit of a wrist line just there, and something like on the other side. And then like we can see just his thumb just here comes down, and then like a palm line just goes in underneath his hand. And we can just add some shadow lines and thicker edge lines then, just to the edge. So maybe on his elbow as well. Thick lines everywhere, and he's got, finally there's like just a little bit of hair just in under here, so like some hair spikes like this. Like so. I think that is everything. How to draw Sabito from Demon Slayer. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.